don't really look at cosmetic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they say if a handyman can do it, then it's not worth fighting over.
Hey everyone, Brian Skates here. Welcome back to the SRE show. We have a home inspector today, Tom Sutton with Quality Structural Inspections. Tom, thanks so much for coming out today.
Thanks for having me.
So we sell a lot of homes, thankfully, and a lot of our buyers do home inspections. We always advise they do home inspections, but what would you say are the top benefits and the reasons why buyers really should be doing home inspections?
Well, home inspection, you know, you get a peace of mind because it's a huge financial investment. You know, probably the biggest one outside of kids that you're ever going to make. So you want to make sure you're getting your money's worth. Gives you peace of mind. So, you know, if you see small cracks or something, you may think it's a big deal. In reality, it's not. And that's where we come in and to help facilitate that process. And then the third one is just to help you understand what you have and what you're getting and the whole process of your new home, because learning your way around a new home is just like reading a road map or whatever. If you don't know where things are, you're not going to be able to get to them to shut off the water or shut off the fuel if there's a issue with it. And that's what we teach you when you're there.
Great, really good advice. How long do home inspections normally take?
That's kind of dependent on the size of the house. It could take anywhere from a couple of hours for like 2.5 hours for a townhome or a condo. If you got a 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 square foot home, it could take 4 hours, just because of there's more space to cover.
Great. And then what is all entailed in the inspection? I mean, what are you checking? Are you turning on lights or looking at appliances? I mean, what actually goes on during these inspections?
Well, when you hire a home inspector such as me, we come in and we look at the major stuff. We look at your roof, we look at your chimney, we look at your skylights if you have any, we look at the furnace, we look at the foundation, we look at your electrical system. Those are the big things. The plumbing. Those are your big things that we look at. Then we start looking at the other stuff. Electrical outlets, light switches, lights if they work or they don't work, or if there's a light switch the mystery light switch that we found last week. Nobody knows where it goes or what to do. So we find stuff like that. And so we just help people understand that, hey, you know what, your big stuff's good, or hey, you may need to upgrade your electrical because it's fuses, and fuses are way outdated, and you need to get an electrical guy in here to get the breakers in, and that's just a safety issue.
Sure. So obviously it's really detailed. There's a lot that goes into it. For the first time or second time buyer, what are they going to expect, or how do they get all this information once you're done doing your inspection?
Well, when I do an inspection, I'm about 99% done there on site. I leave, I go review the report, make sure it's correct and says what I want it to say, and pointing out the deficiencies, if any, that I found. And then I get an email out to the buyer, and once they pay for it, it opens up to them and to their agents immediately.
Very good. So in a lot of inspections that I've been to, I always talk to the buyers about safety items, hazardous items, the things that if they don't fix, or if the seller's not going to fix now, they may have to fix for the next buyer. So do you address the bigger ticket items with the buyers versus well, there's a scratch in the wall, sure, that goes in the report, but hey, there's a foundation crack, that's a little bit more of a major or a safety concern if there's mold or something like that in the basement. So how do you really tackle those or address those with the buyers and their agents?
Well, I'm there, and then usually the buyer shows up maybe the last half hour, 45 minutes of the inspection, and then I stop what I'm doing, introduce myself, talk to them, find out how they feel about the house the first time they were there, and then say, all right, this is what I found. So I point it out immediately to them, and then say, hey, yeah, you need to get the HVAC guy in here to really go over this system, or to shore up some of the piping, you know, the metal ducting and stuff. Or if it's the small scratches, we don't really look at cosmetic stuff. You know, they say if a handyman can do it, then it's not worth fighting over. So that's what we end up doing. So if the big stuff like the plumbing, if there's cracks in the plumbing or the sewer, or if there's, you know, the furnace is towards the end of its life cycle, we address that, and then we let the agent know if the agent's there. If not, I try to reach out to them and say, hey, by the way, this is what's coming up on the report, so at least they have a heads up. And then we also offer what's called a repair estimate report.
Okay.
And that helps the agent as well as the future homeowner to understand how much cost is going to go into repairing any of those big items if they need to be taken care of.
Sure, sure. Awesome. Really good stuff. Well, thanks again for coming on the show today. If you have any questions for Tom, all of his information will be below. You can reach out to him. You can hire him to do a home inspection for you. If you like this video, we'd love some likes. Please click share this information with those around you, and have a great day. Thanks for watching the show.